Hello dear students, I'm Dr. Madhuri Goswami. Welcome back to this lesson. We have been studying punctuation in English. Dear students, this topic might seem to you very easy or less important, but it's easy when you practice. If you don't practice, it's not easy one. Actually, this topic is more or less concerned with your writing skills. Means when you write something in English, you need to use punctuation marks. And I have seen that most of the people in most of the cases get confused while using these punctuation marks. Either they leave a punctuation mark where it's necessary, or they misuse the punctuation mark. They use the punctuation mark where it's not necessary. In another condition, these punctuation marks are misplaced by the people, and sometimes we don't know the use of a particular punctuation, then we miss it. We don't use it. In some cases, I have seen the punctuation marks are interchanged, means where we need to use a colon, we put a semicolon, and where we should use a semicolon, we use a comma. So, to avoid all these mistakes and to use punctuations perfectly, let's study about these punctuation marks in detail so that you can use these punctuation marks correctly. Dear students, when you prepare a written draft in English, that may be an email, correspondence letter, or your CV, job application, essays, or even when you write your answers in the examination, a good understanding of all these punctuation marks will help you out to prepare your draft correctly, efficiently, and effectively. In the third part of the series of lessons on punctuation marks, we will take up a dash and a hyphen first. These two symbols I have kept into the third category. The first category, the terminal punctuation marks. Second, pause punctuation marks. And in the third, we have taken up these two symbols which look very similar, but their uses are totally different. If you have ever found yourself confused about the difference between a dash and a hyphen and when to use each one, this lesson is going to be very useful for you. When you handwrite them, they probably look exactly the same. They look different on the computer keyboard, sure, but you press the same button on the keyboard to create them, which doesn't help. In fact, they are not the same at all. One is mainly used to link words together, while the other mainly separates words. The first one is the hyphen and the second one is dash. Did you know there are two types of dash? N dash and M dash. N dash is short in its length. M dash is the longer one. Okay, let me tell you quickly. The hyphen is a symbol that is slightly narrower than an N dash, and the M dash is twice as long as the N dash. They are different in appearance and uses. Dear students, it might be confusing in the beginning, but don't worry, by the end of this lesson, all the doubts will be clear and you will know how to use a hyphen and how to use these two dashes. This symbol that you can see on the screen is called a hyphen in the English language. Dear students, what's a hyphen? How can we define it? Okay, it's better to keep in your mind the symbol rather than the definition. Still, I will tell you, a hyphen is a short horizontal line that's used within words. Now, what's the use of hyphen? The hyphen can be used in compound words, to link words to prefixes, and also as a way to show word breaks. The most basic use of a hyphen is to form hyphenated words. For example, Shekhar is tall and quite good looking. Here these two words, good looking, These are hyphenated. These are linked by this symbol of hyphen. Dear students, it means hyphen एक वह symbol है जिससे हम two words को connect करते हैं, two words को link करते हैं. And when we use a hyphen to connect these two words, we do not leave a space between the word and the hyphen, and again no space between the hyphen and the next word. These words are known as compound words. इस तरह के words जिनको hyphen से connect किया जाता है उन्हें compound words के नाम से जाना जाता है. Now you must be curious. What is a compound word? Well, let me tell you. When two words are used together and then that word gives a new meaning, a compound word is formed. और इसे हम यदि simple words में कहें तो a compound word is a word that is made up of two or more smaller words. And after this composition, they have their own unique meaning. The compound words three types के होते हैं: open, close, and hyphenated. But in this lesson, as we are talking about punctuation, so we will take up the examples of only the hyphenated compound words. Let's have some examples of these kinds of words which are connected with a hyphen. Long term, non-fiction. In these two examples, just see the use of the hyphen. What's the function of hyphen here? The function of hyphen is to join these two words into one. Long term. Long is a different word, term is a different word. And this hyphenated word, long term, that means of or relating to a time period that's long. In the same way, non-fiction. Non and fiction are connected with a hyphen and they give another meaning, a unique meaning, that's the opposite of the word fiction. Let's take up first the hyphen. Let me tell you in detail about hyphens now. We use hyphens to join adjective, adverb, noun, past participle, present participle to form compound adjectives in English. Well, let's have some examples. An English-speaking country. In this phrase, we have English and speaking connected with the hyphen. Next example, a 20-story building. Well-known writer, good-looking person. In these examples, just notice the words English-speaking, 20-story, well-known, and good-looking. All these words are adjectives as they are defining or they are giving some information about a noun. In the same way, we can have hyphenated verbs and hyphenated nouns. The another major use of hyphen is to link prefixes to words. What's a prefix? I think you know. In English, a prefix is a few letters put at the beginning of a word to change its meaning. As we have seen the example of non-fiction. So non word is a prefix here. And another examples we can say co-worker, cooperation, postmodern, subcategory, etc. Dear students, don't get surprised to know that the hyphen is also used when we write numbers like 23, 46. So from 21 to 99, all these numbers are written with a hyphen connecting these two numbers together like 24, 98. We use a hyphen between the tens and units number. Other numbers don't require a hyphen. Now let's proceed further to take dashes. You know, dashes are something which look like hyphen, but there is a difference. First, we will know what's a dash in punctuation in English, and then we will discuss what's the difference between a hyphen and a dash. We will also look into the differences between their uses, and of course, we will have their examples. Well, what is a dash in punctuation? A dash is a punctuation mark and its symbol is a horizontal line, likewise the hyphen. But it's longer than the hyphen. Or we can say its length is double than the hyphens. It's used to separate words into statements. There are two common types of dashes, N dash and M dash. Although these are two types of dashes, but their length is also different. N dash is twice as long as a hyphen and M dash is longer than the N dash. So hyphen is the shortest, then N dash, and after that M dash is the longest one. Now it's a good idea to know about the difference between N dash and M dash. Now let's know first what are the uses of N dash. You will be surprised to know because you might be thinking that this N dash as a hyphen or another symbol. There are 4 basic uses of N dash in writing English. Number 1 is to express a period of time. It will be clear when you will look at this example. He lived in this town from 1998 to 2009. So in a way, the word to is replaced with this N dash, 1998 N dash 2009. The second use of N dash is to indicate a range of numbers. For example, you could choose 2 numbers from 1 to 50. Again, we speak it like 1 to 50 and this to preposition is replaced with N dash. So 1 N dash 50. The next use of this N dash is when we describe or give the scores of the team in a match. For example, the yellow team won 3 N dash 1 in this match. And one more use of this N dash in written English is to indicate distance. Like Delhi Chennai is a long flight. Here the words Delhi N dash Chennai. It shows the distance between these two places. Now you must be curious to know what's M dash. It's also a punctuation mark. As I told you earlier also, this is the longest among these 3 punctuation marks which are indicated, which are written exactly the same with just a minor difference of length. And of course, the difference in their uses. Let's know more about M dash. M dash is used to show a break in a sentence. Example, please call your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, on Friday. Look at the use of the dash in this sentence. There is a break in the sentence and it's indicated by M dash. Though the M dash is a symbol that can be used in place of a comma, parenthesis, or colon. Why so? What's the use of this? This is used to enhance readability or emphasize the conclusion of a sentence. For example, she gave him her answer, dash, no. Dear students, don't get confused between dash and underscore. Because dash is a little horizontal line that floats in the middle of a line of text, not at the bottom. That's an underscore. Commonly, dashes are used to indicate an unexpected or emphatic pause, but they serve other specific functions as well. Dashes are often used to mark interruptions within sentences, illustrate relationships between words, and demarcate the value ranges. Dear students, ये आपके लिए थोड़ा सा डिफ़िकल्ट हो सकता है, बट डैशेस को समझने के लिए, उन्हें करेक्टली अप्लाई करने के लिए एक पॉइंट आप ज़रूर ध्यान रखें. The first thing is that when we talk about dashes, that they are almost never required by the laws of grammar and punctuation, but still we use it. इनका ओवर यूज़ आपकी राइटिंग के फ्लो को भी डिस्टर्ब कर सकता है और इसे हम कह सकते हैं कि ओवर यूज़ ऑफ डैशेस आपकी राइटिंग को डिफ़िकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड बना सकता है। इसका करेक्ट यूज़ आपकी राइटिंग में एक एम्फेसिस ऐड कर सकता है। इसी चीज़ को माइंड में रखते हुए आइए हम समझें कि हम डैश का यूज़ राइटिंग में कहाँ कर सकते हैं। लेट्स नो अबाउट इट। The first basic use of dash is to set off material for emphasis. Sentences को लिखते समय जिस पार्ट पर हमारा फोकस या emphasis है उस पार्ट के साथ में dash का यूज़ किया जाता है। A very well known saying is dashes add drama, parenthesis whisper. We will know about parenthesis in the same lesson series but later on. Now, what's the use of dash? Before that, we should know what's the difference between N dash and M dash. M dashes join onto the words before and after like this. There will not be any space left between the words or the last letter of that word and dash, and again no space even after it. So here we see that there is a difference of length between N dash and M dash. But most of the grammarians say they are used for the same purpose. Generally, dashes are used to give extra information in a sentence. Although comma, colon, semicolon, they can also do the same job. But dashes are used to give extra emphasis on that matter. And if the part of that sentence doesn't fit with grammar or doesn't go with the flow of the sentence, then dashes are used in place of other punctuation marks. Let's have a look on this example. He had escaped dash, or so he thought. Here in this sentence, or so he thought, this is an extra information. Extra information is that we can remove and it doesn't change the meaning. Here we have a different sentence structure in the later part. So it's not fitting with the grammar structure, it's not matching with that. So preferably we would use dash in place of any other punctuation mark. So to conclude, we can say the use of dash indicate a significant pause or surprising twist in a sentence. For example, he is not the mastermind, I am. Look at the use of the dash in this sentence. Mastermind dash I am. Well, in this lesson we have studied about the hyphen and the dashes. So, dear students, I hope you must have understood each tidbit about the hyphen and the dashes in English punctuation, as we have studied these punctuation marks in detail in this lesson. Still have any doubt, any query, any question, please ask in the comment section below. I would be happy to answer. We will continue to study punctuation in English in the next lesson. So stay tuned. Thank you for joining. Happy learning.